back at it again with the funky Bionicle creations. Today's episode is all about taking a pre-existing LEGO set and supersizing it, building it bigger and better. Prepare to be amazed and inspired by some huge creations. And it only makes sense if we're talking about huge stuff to take the biggest Bionicle set and supersize it. That's right, the Skopio XV1. You might think it's impossible to make it even bigger, but no. Unpixeled has accomplished the impossible. You better believe that this does indeed transform, just like the original. Stay tuned if you want to see that. So the mock. One of the biggest notable changes is the legs. Instead of 4, now there's 8. Really upping the spider-like qualities. I like it. The legs appear to have a very similar construction to the original set. There does seem to be a few more Technic panels layered in there, and that's nice. The Technic panels will fix all your problems. And especially if you're building something big like this, they tend to take up a lot of space and they're lightweight, which is also helpful for a big mock. The heavier it is, the less likely it can support its own weight. The face also has a bit of a makeover. Because yeah, the original set had these little like pincers on the side, which is awesome, looks good. But now we've still got that and we've got even more. A more noticeable mouth, a more elaborate face. I'm always a big fan of people that personify their vehicles, making them feel more alive. Yes, this might be a spider-inspired machine, not, an actual living spider. But you can at least stylize it to make it seem like it's alive. It's like real World War planes, where they would put like nose art on the front to make it look more like a monster. It strikes fear in the hearts of your enemies. And I think this does the same thing. But the Skopio mech, wow, this is based off a scorpion. Why did I think it was a spider? It's in the name, it says scorpion. Okay, my bad. I don't know how I did that. Anyway, the scorpion tail coming out of the back. It's also received a very nice upgrade. Good to see those Brutaka blades in like a kind of tri-axle situation. And then in between them, Midax Sky Blasters. This is so big, so bold, quite savage looking. Perfect for a machine of this scale. But alright, I promised you the transformation. Remember, the original set looked like this, but could turn into this. Well, the legs can still indeed fold up and turn into tank treads, allowing the vehicle to glide along the sands. Wow. The sheer size of this creation, it is a thing of beauty. And props for making it digitally as well. This would be an expensive thing to try and make with real pieces. But that's one of the best things about building a digital mock, right? You don't need to worry about costs. You can let your creative impulses run wild and make whatever the heck you dream of. And that's exactly what Unpixeled did right here. I love it. The next creation is made by Gri Midoro, and it adds a new bit of spice to the legendary Makuta Teridax, the main villain of the Bionicle world. As epic as the original Makuta set was, it is a bit out of touch, a little bit old. Remember, this came out in 2003. I get the sense that if they did make Makuta Teridax a few years later, well, that upgrade would have been sensational. And it certainly would have been a lot bigger. Actually, you know what would have been cool? When LEGO made Toa Matanui, the big, grand version of the hero of Bionicle. Imagine if they did an evil Makuta kind of counterpart. It probably would have looked something like this. What could have been? But okay, let's check this out. How about the wings? The long, curved, sharp appendages. They're perfectly menacing and they give this really nice evil touch to the mock. What's also nice is that a lot of these pieces come in the set Skull Skopio. You could buy 1, maybe 2 copies of this set and you probably could recreate a very similar wing design. You do need a few extra elements, but you're well on your way with just the pieces from this set. Hey, if you got a Skull Skopio lying around and you're looking for a good wing design, cannibalize that set and repurpose those pieces. Big fan of the shoulders as well. They make use of the torso piece that came on Darth Maul, that old Ultra Build set. I think the printing on this piece actually does enhance the shoulder design, but what I like most is how the torso rounds off at the end, forming a bit of a spike. It just gives the shoulders this really nice evil energy. I dig it. You'll also see that this mock is standing on a clear stand. This, unfortunately, is not Lego. Well, I say unfortunately, if Lego did make a piece like this, that would be sick. But, you know, the alternative of going online and picking up an action figure stand like this, nothing wrong with that. Because look at it. Now you can have your mocks posing in the air, floating. Investing in a few action figure stands will just transform the way you display and pose your Lego mocks. Heck yeah, baby. This is just dripping with evil. It looks so good. Amazing work. Up next, my mate Lewa, redesigned by Makuta Mocks. The last two creations really benefited from being bigger. It just made sense, you know? Lewa, I think he was fine when he was just a Toa, when he was smaller. He doesn't really need the size increase. But mate, who cares whether or not they need to have that size increase? If it looks cool, that's great. At the end of the day, you just want your mock to look awesome. And sometimes a size increase does exactly that. And actually too, the bigger footprint, this larger Titan, it lets you add in more details. Details like this net. There's even a few other accessories which look quite nice, but yeah, the net. I get the sense that this is made for the same purpose as the rope with Krana on it that we see on Kopaka. Lewa is using the net to store any Krana that he finds after he defeats Borok. That's a cool idea. And I like to think that this net is fashioned out of vines and leaves from the places that Lewa lives in. Cool. Oh, and shout out to this pose. Who doesn't love a good superhero landing pose? Dope. You know, just look at this armor. When you pair it with Lewa's mask, he has this real sci-fi soldier appearance. You know, I always thought that Lewa's mask looks vaguely reminiscent of Master Chief from Halo. In fact, I think elements of this look kind of do call to mind Halo armor, or Spartan armor, whatever you want to call it. I feel like this is your reminder to take that mask and build some sort of sci-fi soldier with it. 'Cause dude, it looks so good. A few other touches I like, the arms. Making use of these hand pieces from some of the Makuta era sets, and using it to create a big, bulky, and quite sturdy design. One that's also seemingly very poseable. And then you'll notice a bunch of these bright green bars. Some of them form spikes on the armor, but I really like how they're used up here for laser scopes or flashlights on the side of the head. That's good. I also like too that this bulks up the mask just a little bit more. Cause yeah, if you're making a bigger body, well, the original mask might now look a little too small. Yeah, at least this kind of, keeps the scale feeling equal. And that there is a good little thing to keep in mind. If you're building a big mock, make sure that the mask isn't too small. Maybe you just have to add a few little additional touches to make it feel big and bulky. Heck yeah, dude. Our last supersized creation today, well, it's one of the Paraka. It's Vezok. This is built by ChongKong96. The idea of the Paraka becoming these big brutes, towering giants, it kind of works. They were meant to be very powerful. They freaking essentially took over an island and enslaved the people. If all 6 of them were of this size and were this muscular, yeah, it just makes sense, right? And it also works when you look at images like this. Toa-sized Motoro looking so tiny in comparison to Vezok. Bro is huge. And the size difference, it makes the victory of the Toa all that more impressive. The teeny tiny Toa have to take down these giant beasts. They overcome impossible odds. I like that. Any excuse to make your villains big and tall, I think it's always gonna work. Check out the spine. A different take on the original rubber spine. And yeah, as good as the rubber spine is, well, they do have a tendency to warp, and I don't know, it doesn't stay in the direction you want it to stay in. At least this, you have a little bit more control over. And it's quite simple. Flex tube, some of these spike pieces that were used as trees in LEGO Elves sets. Not bad. I think this is wonderful. Oh, and then some of these 2x2 rounded plates in white, using them for teeth. They do make for a very posable, pretty jaw. And then some dots pieces to give him abs. Mate, if you're looking to make a six-pack and abs for your next Bionicle, you gotta get some of those dots tiles. I love the Paraka, and boy, I love this revamp. Wow, supersized creations like this, they're really impressive. Well done to every single one of the builders that made these mocks. And hey, if you want to see more of their work, take a look at the links below. And if you want to see your mock featured on the show, submit it to the submission email. Thanks for watching everyone, happy building, and bye for now. Oh hey, you stayed till the end. Well, I hope you have an excellent day today. You are loved.